Hello everybody, this is St. Charles. It is Saturday the 8th of March 2025. Going to start with Bitcoin, and this is one where we gave this blue box reversal zone down here at 90,141 to 84,879, and as you can see, we've sort of had some big wick-off candles down there, but as support, it's pretty much held. And for me, I'm still expecting another leg up. So I think we're going to, obviously that is where I was predicting that decline, which was correct. And for me, I think we're going to see another leg up into this red box zone here at 114,979 to 124,073, which is probably going to be the top of the box there that we gave a long while back. So, and then for me, I think we'll see a much bigger corrective play, but see how that one plays out. What I don't want to see, I don't want to see a break of 70,000, as that would invalidate the move, but see how that one plays out. Next one I'm going to do is tin. I'm just going to switch to this one here, here I've got the weekly chart, and for me this is looking really good. I mean, as you can see here, it's sort of broken out of this downward trend here, and for me it's sort of pushing up there. I think, if we can get a break of this, let's have a look, sort of 36,000 level, it should see us zoom up, or fingers crossed zoom up, to this red box zone here, 45,819 up to even 50,864. And if we do that and smash this prior high at 48,800 level, that would validate this red box at the top here at 56,229 to 66,742, which would be absolutely massive. But what, tin, definitely one to keep an eye out on. I think that we could see a really big move in tin near term. I think there's quite a bit of a supply deficit, so worth having a look. And with that in mind, I'm going to go to Cornish Metals, and we did an interview with Cornish Metals the other week. You can see that on our YouTube page or under my highlights. And for me, this one here, now there is a possibility if we break this level here at 7.42, we might see trading down to 7 pence down to 7.1 pence down to 6.38. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, it's fully funded. It was fully funded for about 57.5 million, I think it was, at 8 pence. So it's below placing price. It looks pretty good to me. And first point of call, I would say, is going to be, if we can break this prior high at 10p, we should see trading up to 12.25 to 13.55. And longer term, I'm expecting this to be trading up to 28.3 to 34.6 before we get another corrective move, and then hopefully a bigger leg higher again. So that's Cornish Metals looking really good. Next one I'm going to do is ATM, and that's pretty popular at the moment. This one here, we gave this a long while back, I think sort of around 4.5 pence, said we thought we'd see trading down into this blue box, which was correct at 2.56, and it's sort of had a massive spike up, hasn't it, on Friday. That's looking really impulsive, so I don't think that move is over by any stretch of the imagination. We're out of this blue box reversal zone sort of resistance, so for me, I don't really have a short-term target. I've got a long-term target, and which would be 10.95 to 13.2 pence, assuming we obviously would break that prior high there at 9.74 level. But as I say at the start, if tin can break out and head higher, I think these tin plays are going to be massively in play, so worth doing some research. Next one I'm going to do is GSCU, and this one here we've called pretty well so far. A long time back we gave this as a reversal zone down here, and I think we tipped it around covered the chart off at around just over 1p, and we thought we'd see trading up into this red box zone here at 4.08 to 4.9, and indeed it's certainly tagged that, hasn't it, during the week. So for me it's going to be an interesting one. I think that we might see a bit of a pullback here, and then might see another push higher, probably sort of tagging 5 pence, before then hopefully get another corrective move, and then hopefully another wave higher. So I mean, there's been excellent drilling results out, so one to take a look at, and for me, superb call. Next one I'm going to do is MSMN. So that's MSMN, and this one here hasn't played out exactly as I was expecting, but the reversal zone down here that we gave it sort of 0.0264 was correct. We went up to sort of 0.05 pence. And for me, you know, if we can sort of break and hold above sort of 0.044 level, should bring us up to 0.0554 to 0.063. And if we can hold on to that and keep going, get some momentum behind it, hopefully we can see trading up to sort of 0.1p to 0.11p is where I'm probably expecting that to go once they can get some proper news out for us. SCGL is going to be my next one, and this one here, a bit of a tough one to call, but for me, you know, it looks, it's not a brilliant correction there. You know, I'm not absolutely a massive fan of that, but you know, in order to call a bottom, that is. But you know, if it can sort of get the balls behind it, break out of that downtrend there, hopefully you could see trading up to this blue box zone here, which, sorry, should be red. It's not an active target, at 16.8 to 21.8 pence. I don't know anything about it, so worth doing some research to find out what sort of news is going to drive that higher. Arc Minerals is my next one. I haven't covered this one for a little while, but it's had a big spike up on Friday. And for me, you know, I was calling for some downside from there. So it's sort of had a nice pullback. Again, it's not a great pullback in order for me to give a blue box reversal zone. So, but you know, if we can break this prior high here at 1.85 level, should bring us up to 2.16 to 2.37 pence. So that's Arc Minerals. Next one I'm going to do is TRP. And we've covered this one off a few times, and for me, you know, this is a pretty good reversal play back from, you know, it's had a big corrective move from 30th of September 2024. So we've had a nice 1, 2, 3 wave correction, and then hopefully, you know, get some right news out. Should see that break out higher, and if we can break this prior high, we'll sort of hold above sort of 0.05 pence, should bring us up to 0.0712 to 0.846 level. So that's TRP. PRD is my next one. This one here we covered off, and you know, there's a lot of noise about it. It's sort of around this level, but I thought we were going to see a bit more downside before we see some upside. And if I just look at the RSI there, it's looking pretty good. So you know, we've got some RSI divergence, which is nice to see. So you know, really we're just looking for some sort of buy signal there, and then hopefully we can go ahead, fill this gap here at 5.41, and if we can get some real good news behind it, should see trading, or could see trading, into this red box zone here at 8.46 to 9.67. So that's PRD. Next one I'm going to do is CleanTech Lithium, CTL. And this one here is where we gave this blue box reversal zone here, which we hit, but it had a placing, and I thought that we were going to drop down to this 11.552 to 7.85, which it's done, and it's sort of had a bit of a bounce. So worth doing some research. There's an awful lot of warrants at 11p, so just be aware. I know that the placing was around 15p, but it's the warrants that have pulled that down. Next one I'm going to do is ECR. And for me, this is one where we gave this blue box reversal zone at 0.253 down to 0.2 pence, basically. You know, sort of balls are stepping in here, aren't we? So sellers are drying up. And so for me, hopefully, get some right news. I mean, the first point of call really is going to be these couple of gaps here at 0.306, and then the next one at 0.41 level, isn't it? And then hopefully we could see trading into that red box zone there. So, you know, probably see something like 1, 2, 3 up to there, 4 and a 5 into that red box. Fingers crossed. So that's a target there overall, 0.46 to 0.528. Next one I'm going to do is QBT, and this is a chart request. In fact, all of these now are going to be chart requests before I finish. QBT, I've been asked to look at this one. I mean, it's a difficult one. The pullback here isn't brilliant for me to give a blue box reversal zone. We were correcting the call down here at the for the reversal zone back from whenever it was, sort of back in September 24. And we've had a couple of waves bounces higher, but really now we need to see the ball step in. And, you know, the obvious trade there is probably the gap fill at 1.43. But if the balls can really get behind, can drop the right news, we could see trading into this red box zone appear at 2.635 to 3.175. So you need to do your research. Fab is going to be my next one. And if I can just get that one up, and for me, this one here, again, it's not a brilliant setup, but you know, it's had a fabulous run, hasn't it, from sort of 2.5 pence level all the way running up to 12.2 pence. It's sort of had a bit of a pullback, and hopefully If the bulls can step in here, break that downtrend, so it's probably bait this line sort of around there, something like that, we could see trading up and to 13.15 to 15.05 pence. Again, that shouldn't be an active blue box, it should be a red. There we go. So that's fab. C is my next one, SEA, and if I get this one up, this one is actually a really interesting chart. I mean, you know, so for me here, so far it's had a couple of absolutely fantastic legs up, hasn't it? So, you know, from 6 pence all the way up to 45. So it's then, you know, sort of an 8 bagger, something like that, isn't it? And for me, if it can hold above 30.1 pence and break this level at 45 pence, I think we're going to see first point of call 61.6 to 70.2 pence. You know, I've got a bigger target up there, but let's take one step at a time. It looks pretty good as long as they say if it holds above 30, around 30 pence, and that break this 45 should see us into that 61.6 to 70.2. So yeah, looking very good. Next one to do, and last one for today, is Zen. And if I just pull this one up, this is a chart request again. For me personally, I would want to see trading come down. I want to see a better corrective move down to probably about 5.2. Might not happen. It's looking pretty solid at the moment. But then if we hit that level, we could break this prior high at sort of 11.5 pence. Break and hold above that should bring us up to 16 pence, up to 18.9. So that is Zen, and that's me for Saturday. Have a great weekend all. See you again soon.